Michael, what was your take on that tonight?
Well, it was never going to be a beauty contest because don't think the surface allows for that. I thought obviously Kilmarnock started the game extremely well and on the front foot, and we started the complete opposite of that. We didn't heed the warnings that the staff had given the players beforehand, so we find ourselves 1-0 down with a mountain to climb again. Having said that, I thought we recovered well. We dominated possession, we scored a very good goal, and we go in at half time. We have to organise one or two things. We did. We came out, we got ourselves 3-1 in front and maybe could have gone and scored a couple more. And then in the last 5 minutes again, give away a sloppy set play. First time really in the second half they'd been up there, and the boy has a fantastic strike, and then it's a little bit less comfortable than what it was looking like. But if I go back to the start, I knew it was going to be a tough game on a tough surface, especially after 120 minutes at the weekend. I would have taken anything to get out of it with 3 points. So I'm not going to sit here and moan, but again, there was moments in there that I was pleased with and other moments that we need to work on. That was clear for everybody.
Is that a concern that you've seen that start from your side a few times?
Yeah, it is, because I think when you come here and you know what's coming your way, and so you either stand up to it, which we did after that and for large periods. So if you take out the first 5 or 6 minutes and the last 5 or 6 in between, and they're the things that I can't work out at the moment with the group. They're the things we just spoke about in there. But we go again, we're finding a way to win football matches at the moment. Our front three are going through a big shift for the team, and they're getting numbers each week. We've managed to rest a couple of players tonight and rotate, but for large parts of the second half, we were extremely comfortable and played really well. And then at the end of the game, obviously we concede and everyone's a bit nervous. But as I said, get out of here with 3 points. It's a tough place to come. I think they've only lost 1 in 9 at home. That was against Livingston, the other team that play on the artificial. And the surface is tough.
Did the players offer an explanation about the beginning and the end of the game when you spoke afterwards?
Not with any common sense tonight, no, because there's a little bit of emotion in the air, if I'm honest. But listen, they're as frustrated as me, so we've got to work away at it. I think since I've come in, we've played nearly as many games as we probably had training sessions as a group. So it's been remembering some old themes that we had maybe quite a long time ago now, maybe 18 months ago, some of them themes coming in, and then just rocking up and playing the games, because we've had a lot of issues with certain people physically, and the results are good. We're in a good moment in terms of results, so we just need to tighten the screws on 1 or 2 areas, and then, because we're scoring goals, we're scoring lots of goals. I thought we could have scored more tonight. I thought it was quite wasteful in the second half in big moments as well. So they're just the areas that we're going to need to work on. And listen, we can't keep going behind and coming back. So it's all right saying it's a fantastic mentality, but we can't keep doing it, that's for sure.
We switched to keeper again. Is that something you're going to continue to end the season?
I think maybe if we hadn't played 120 minutes at the weekend, we might have stuck. I think it was the right thing to do tonight. I think everyone should expect to see Alan again at the weekend. And then after that, we'll assess from there. I think it's clear at the end of the season, we need to either bring a goalie in or make sure that we've made a decision on John or Robbie to be number one, and so I have to give that, and I have to give all the players in house an opportunity as well, because I am going to change players in this squad over time. I am going to change the look of Rangers to move forward. We're going to re-energise it with young players coming in, and we've got a lot of uncertainty around some of ours. At the moment, everyone's pulling in the right direction. I couldn't be more pleased with the 3 goalkeepers I've got right now, if I'm honest. Obviously, Robbie's not fit, but he was in Scotland's last squad, so he was the 3rd choice. Obviously, Craig's got injured, so Robbie's really keen to play. And whenever John plays, he does well for us.
That was Alfredo's first double of the season, and he looked as if he was more on the edge tonight, if you know what I mean, probably in a good way. Maybe he's not been like that in some of the games. Do you detect that as well? Do you think he's getting back to doing what he does best?
He couldn't have been any worse than he was first half before he scored, if I'm honest. So, no, look, I'm tough on Alfredo. We have a really honest relationship. He was much better second half, I thought, than he was first half. He secured the ball a lot more in the first half. He's trying, and he does some things that are spontaneous that come off, but when they don't, sometimes he can leave the team open. He made a similar pass tonight to the one he made against Celtic, which in those moments, that's not what I want. It's not what the team want. We want him up around the centre half, using his body, helping the team come up the pitch, and I thought he took both his goals really well tonight.
You've also got the cup tie on Saturday, but how much are you looking forward to having a free week after that to be able to work on a few things? Yeah,
definitely. For everyone, it's been a big push this last period. We've got a huge game at the weekend. We need to go to Perth, and we have to put on another strong performance. What we need is the result. So at the moment, we need the results as much as we need the performance. But if I had to choose one, I would prefer the results to keep coming, because over time you would think that the group would improve.
If you're given a full match week, have you got a long list of things you want to do during that time?
A few conversations to be had with one or two players, a few things to highlight, but I'm seeing signs. Like at times in the second half tonight, we were so comfortable in the game on a difficult surface. Our style would sort of overcome Kilmarnock's, which they were more dominant in the early part of the game. We were really comfortable. We were 3-1 up. We could have gone and maybe scored a couple more. And it's just them moments. Maybe that's communication. Maybe that's the concentration. They're the things. The staff don't play. All we can do is give them the warnings, and then on the pitch they need to come together in them moments and be more assertive, I think.
Michael, Russell Martin said that Swansea turned in a bit for Morgan Whittaker. Can you get Rangers take on that?
Did he really? I didn't know we'd made a bid, but if he says we did, then I'll talk about the player. I think he's a good player. They've recalled him for a reason. I would say that he was one of the best, if not the best player, one of the better, if not the best players in League One in the first half of the season, and they've recalled him. So unless they're recalling him to play him, they must be recalling him to move him to a higher level. I think he's a good player, but there's nothing more than that. That's not what I've been told in-house.
Michael, you said that you've got to make a decision about McLaughlin or McCrory come the end of the season, which one is going to be number one. Does that suggest that Alan McGregor's, you don't foresee him taking any part at all next season?
Well, we've not had that conversation, but I'm sure Alan is of an age that he's thinking about is coming nearer to the end. He's obviously out of contract as well. I think Alan played well at the weekend. I think there's a lot of noise around our goalkeeper situation, but I wasn't here in the first half of the season when those things happened. I've been here now, and I've been quite happy with the goalkeepers.